Does anyone else have deja vu right now? Because if she jumps at me, I might cry. Hello everyone, welcome to video. We are organizing my bookshelf again. So the last video I uploaded was a bookshelf organization. That was about 6 weeks ago when I moved into this place, and I just have realized the setup I had for this room originally just didn't work as well. So I wanted to switch it up, which I've done yesterday with my roommate. It was kind of a spontaneous thing. And this bookcase is fucking heavy when all the books are on it. And so we took them off, like most of them. I've already put them back, okay, but they were elsewhere. And so now we have to reorganize them. Oh no. And we're also going to just get this whole mess fixed. Also, you're probably going to see it throughout the video. I don't have a closet yet. This stack of moving boxes is my closet. And I'm working on it, okay? This room is a work in progress, and we're going to progress with the books right now. In case you were wondering, this is what the space currently looks like. There's still the vacuum down there. And then we have my makeshift closet and laundry basket, the bookcase, a couple of artworks over there, and then here's the desk. As I said, I really like having the desk like this. I think the first thing I'm going to do is put everything that goes on top of the bookshelf back on, because I still have like the step stool here, and then I can put that away. So if you've seen the last organization, you'll know I put the classics on these two shelves. And I like that. However, I mean, first of all, the way I did it in that original video, it was way too busy for me. So I actually switched it up and put all of the books that have like one edition at the very top. And I like that, but I actually still didn't love like the chaos of just having a whole shelf of mostly very thin, colorful spines. So I'm thinking of moving this down a bit, like maybe here and here. I don't know if you can still see this one. I'm gonna tinker with that for a second. Whew, let's do this. Every time I organize these books, specifically the Penguin English Library ones, I look at Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and I look at how heavily I annotated it. And I'm disappointed because I really dislike Great Expectations. And I just have this now, and like, I mean, it looks very satisfying. I do have to say, I just wish one of my other books looked this satisfying, you know? It's fine. The other thing is that like some of my series are the Harry Potter and the Twilight series. And I don't really like those authors as people. So I'm not sure if I want them like so prominently displayed here. So do I just do my hardcovers here and put the others at the bottom? I mean, why not, huh? I'll just try that. I'm currently filming a reading vlog for the Lunar Chronicles. I need to start Crest next. I started filming that vlog in like April. We're getting there. I'm actually really excited to start Crest soon. I just have like a lot of other books I'm kind of in the middle of. I'm not gonna mount them into the wall. They're fine. Okay, I get it. It's a lot more stable like this. That was kind of a workout. Oh my god, shut up. That's squeaking. I have these like special editions here. These are romance books though. Oh god, and they're also tightly packed in there. I love the series so much. The Ren Fair series by Jen DeLuca. They're so good. If you don't like romance usually, you should give these ones a try. They're the only ones I've ever rated 5 stars. Oh, also yesterday, I was just like brushing my teeth and I came into my room to like get a hair tie or something. And I saw a huge spider crawl across my floor. And like, I am not sensitive about spiders, okay? I don't kill them. I'm usually not scared of them, but I kid you not, that thing was like this big. And I have never found her again. I got the vacuum because I was too panicked to try to catch her. Because like, if they're just chilling in the corner, I'll catch them. But if they're running around, no, I'm sorry. I can't do that. I was generally very stressed about it. And so I got the vacuum, tried to her up, and then I turned on the vacuum and she heard it or something and ran away. And I have not found her again. That is why there's a stack of clothes on top of my closet, because that's where the affair occurred. And so I pulled everything out because I thought she might be like hiding between the clothes. She wasn't. And I just have not seen her since. So, no worries. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure she's making a life for herself. Because then I also had to spit out and clean my toothbrush and everything. Like, it was just very stressful. So I have no idea where she is. I'm happy that I haven't seen her so far in the bookcase. Because if she jumps at me, I might cry. Okay, so now that you have to live with that trauma as well, let's continue. So I think I'm going to put these up here maybe. Alright. And then I think I'll just put my general fiction next to that. Thoughts? Anyone? I'm not really sure how. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my classics collections over here, I think. Okay, I think I'm gonna put the Penguin English Library back to horizontal. Like so. Cute. Okay, and then that was a spider. Yeah, I figured. I mean, technically, there you are. Technically, these ones are like the vintage author collection, so they have like the spines look kind of similar. They have the same form factor, but they are still very distinct in terms of design with different authors. So do I put them together or not? I mean, right now it would fit better if I didn't. It would fit better if I only put the Virginia Woolfs. I'm gonna do that. Who is to stop me? I need a break. All right, everyone. Can I be completely vulnerable with you right now? It's been a couple of days. I finished the bookcase for the most part. The only thing I didn't do yet is organize the bottom shelf. Because, like, frankly, who cares about their bottom shelf? Okay? Does anyone have a good-looking, well-organized bottom shelf? I don't think so. This is the bookcase. I thought about giving you a little tour, you know, showing you exactly what I have and how I've organized everything. So let's get into that. You can see more of this than I can currently. I have here this collection of leather-bound classics that I got at a flea market a couple of years ago. So these were the ones I picked up. I've been kind of trying to find more from this collection. It's like a German publishing from the 80s, I think, because I think they look absolutely fantastic. There are some that I have read. For example, this one's The Picture of Dorian Gray. And there were some that I do still want to read. I also have like a collection of fairy tales. A lot of these are like anthologies and short story collections and stuff like that. So I think these just are very pretty, okay? And then you probably can't see that, but behind this plant, let me just grab her for you. I just have my Full Metal Alchemist mangas. Because frankly, they don't fit anywhere else on the shelf. And I think they're kind of ugly, which is why I'm covering them with a plant. This is my general fiction and fantasy standalone shelf. So I have a bunch of like general fiction over here. I would say some of my highlights on this shelf probably include Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. I really enjoyed this one when I read it a couple of years ago. And also probably Mrs. Death, Mrs. Death. This is a very unique novel about the personification of death and about her purpose, I guess. And also it's written like partly in verse, which I thought was really cool. Yeah. Then we have my stack of kind of fantasy. I know that Hobbit and Fellowship of the Ring are technically part of a series, but they're different editions, so I think it works. I think my favorite ones on this shelf, actually a lot of favorites. I loved Interview with the Vampire. I just read this last year. Thought it was so good. 5 stars, one of my favorite books of last year. Howl's Moving Castle, all-time favorite book. Dune, all-time favorite book. This Is How You Lose the Time War, all-time favorite book. Okay? I'm very picky with my fantasy, so trust that there's nothing on here that I'm either excited about or absolutely loved. And then over here, I'm not sure, I think the shelf is kind of covering it. I have my general fiction books that heavily feature a love story but aren't romance books or something. I'm still working on the title. But I basically have stuff like Daisy Jones and the Six, Our Wives Under the Sea, Magnolia Parks. Like none of these I would say are romance novels, but the love story and romance plot in them is what one of the driving forces of the book. So yeah, and I love books about love, you know? Now we can finally see each other. So on this shelf I have my hardback series and also some romance books that are like more traditional rom-com style romances. So I have over here Every Heart a Doorway and Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I just started reading the Wayward Children series this year and I've been really enjoying these two. Then I have my German copies of the Lunar Chronicles. If you know, you know, I love the Lunar Chronicles. As I said, I'm currently filming a reading vlog and I would really like to have English copies of these, to be honest, but like these ones I bought as a teen, which is one reason I'm very attached to them. The other is that these were fucking expensive. I think these are all like 22 to 25 euros each. So I probably spent like $100 on this series. And I just don't want to get rid of them. Sue me. My Ruby Red, generally like my Kerstin Gier series. If you're German, you know she's an icon, she is a legend. I love her. Then I have the Renfair series in the Illuminate edition. This is a romance series written by Jen DeLuca about a small town Renaissance fair and people that fall in love at this Renaissance fair. It is just as wholesome and beautiful as that sounds. Well met and well traveled. The first and fourth book in this series, that was of the paperbacks here, are the only romances I've ever given 5 stars. And then I also have some Emily Henry books as well as one Jenny Colgan that my sister bought for me a couple of years at Christmas. And every year I pick it up but I never finish it, even though I really enjoy it. Like what I'm reading of it sounds really fun. I don't know. Yeah. Also I keep my rock collection next to it. These rocks are not meant to look like anything in particular and there's no particular reason they're next to the romance books. Okay, moving on. Alrighty. These next 2 shelves are my classic shelves. I basically have all the classics that I have in like a collection on this one. So I have my Penguin English Libraries, which is my biggest collection, honestly. I don't know why, because most of these I don't think are that pretty, you know, like this is not that pretty. And so I don't know why I was so obsessed with collecting these for a while, because I think there are classic collections that just are so much more pretty. Like I really enjoy these, the Oxford classics, for example. They look a little bit more academic, but the font is really nice. And I do think, depending on the kind of art they choose for the cover, obviously, these are really pretty. Or like, I also really like the vintage red spines. Like, I don't know, I feel like design-wise, these aren't really doing it for me. There are like exceptions. For example, the Frankenstein one. Like this is gorgeous. I didn't like Frankenstein at all. I DNF'd it. I should really get rid of this book. But I think the cover is nice. But yeah, I have these. Then I have like my pretty big Agatha Christie collection. Again, really love these Miss Marple covers. These ones are also Miss Marple, just not in this collection, and I really want to get rid of them and repurchase them to fit the rest of them, which I know is kind of wasteful, but I'll give these to someone who really wants them. And then I have a matching set. Have you considered that, you know? I really want to get all of the Miss Marples eventually in this collection. Not that big of a Poirot fan, as you can see. I think some of these are also, I think all of these are Poirot. I've only read these 3 though. Yeah. And I've also read Death on the Nile, which I thought was really good. But yeah, big Agatha Christie fan over here. And then we have my vintage, the Penguin, Black Spines. I like, let me just, like everyone else, I don't like the updated design they did for these. I don't know, I think this just looks so much better. Like, but yeah, what do I know? I have thought about messaging Penguin just like on Instagram or something, and just like asking them, hey guys, have you gotten any positive feedback on this? Because like, I genuinely don't know a single person that thinks the new ones look better. I, in fact, only know of people that have said like, oh, I stopped collecting the Black Spines. Oh, I may go out of my way to make sure that I can find them used so I get the old design. Like, I haven't seen anyone enjoy the new design, and I'm like, why is Penguin so determined to keep it? Like, they still keep updating the old designs, and I'm like, why? Nobody asked for this. Down here, we just have all of the books. Some of these are also in collections, they just didn't fit up here because the shelf is like exactly filled. So for example, like these are German copies. I like Shakespeare in them because they just have a lot of good notes for German native speakers. Have I said this is a German collection? Yeah, right. And I also have my Macmillan classics on here. I love these ones so much. I think these are so pretty, like look at them. Right? I love these. So yeah, and then as I said, just a bunch of books without any collection, or in a collection that like, oh god, this fits just tightly. Yeah, so I think some of my favorites on here, obviously The Master and Margarita. If you know me, you know I love this book. I tell everyone to read this book. You should pick it up, it was so good. And I think in terms of cover, this one, Wuthering Heights, this is the Penguin Deluxe. This is the Penguin Deluxe edition, and I have really been meaning to get more of these because I think this one is stunning. It was also really nice to read from. Like, I really like the font and the size and everything. I think that's it for this shelf. Okay. I'm gonna sit on the floor now, and I hope that you can see me. Maybe like this. So this is where all of my paperback series live, and also my YA kind of general fiction. There's a book missing. Every single time I film a video about my bookshelf, at one point I'm like, I feel like there's a book missing there. And then I search for it for like days and I never find it and it's just gone. It's fine. So over here we have my Twilight series, including my, can I get it out? My Chinese copy of Twilight. I think this is very funny. I think it's moldy. Don't even worry about it. And it's just like, I'm never gonna read this. But I bought this in Suzhou where I was studying last year, and it's just a novelty item. I think it's fun, okay? And then yeah, I have the Twilight series. Don't ask me why the fuck my copy of Breaking Dawn is that tall. I hate the tall paperbacks. I don't understand them. I wish publishers would stop doing them. I think they're ridiculous. Twilight, then I have Harry Potter. Listen, I don't like J.K. Rowling. I don't support her financially. J.K. Rowling has not seen a cent of my money since I learned about her using her resources to diminish the rights and healthcare privileges of trans people, and I think you shouldn't either. I got all of these used. If I watch the movies, I only watch them on my already existing Blu-rays so that streaming services don't think I want to see that content, all that kind of stuff. I'm trying, okay? And I have cut her as a person out of my life as far as possible, and I'm not quite ready to give up Harry Potter yet, okay? I'm not. I'm very sorry. Maybe I'll get there, I hope. But then I have, in more happy news, I have The Lost Hero by Riorganizing. I just finished this a couple of days ago, and I actually already ordered, received, and started the sequel. So I really enjoyed this one, and I'm also... Oh no! Look at that. That is tragic. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm also really loving this cover, like this design. They just changed these books to match the new Percy Jackson design. And before that, the UK paperbacks for the whole Rick Riordan verse, all of them, atrocious. Okay, genuinely a crime. So I'm so glad that they updated these and that I can now buy physical copies, because before, no, I wouldn't have. Then I have my Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Love these. And then these are some of my YA standalones. Let me just bring you up close a little bit more. Okay, you see that? Yeah, there you go. This is, again, a Kerstin Gier book, one of my favorite German authors. There's also an English translation, I think. It's just called Castle in the Clouds. This is one of the best Christmas books of all time. I have reread this, I think, 2 or 3 times at this point. I love it so much. It's so fun. I'm going to reread it for Christmas this year as well. I'm so excited already. And then I have The Book Thief, Little White Lies, Perks of Being a Wallflower. This one is in desperate need of a reread. I cannot believe that I haven't read this book since I was 17. That feels wrong. I can at least like put these up. You're right. I can do that for you. Over here we have uni stuff, journals, a photo album. I think this one's empty. And then I have some like children's nostalgia books. These ones. Fun fact. This is the Soviet Union version of The Wizard of Oz. So it's basically the exact same story. I actually haven't read The Wizard of Oz, so I can't say for sure. But yeah, this is the version I grew up in because my father was from Eastern Germany. And so, yeah. But it is really just genuinely a blatant copy. I don't know, I think after the first one, the sequels, I think this is the second, this is the third. The sequels are different, and I remember really enjoying the sequels. But yeah. And then we have my non-fiction stack. I've basically read none of these. Actually, that's not true. I've read All About Love, obviously. If you've seen my ranking of all the books I've read so far, you'll know that this is my favorite book of the year so far. I've also read I Lived in Shanghai, which is really fun and a very fast read. And I've also read The Last Lecture, which was quite emotional for me because it's about a guy who learns that he has cancer, and he kind of gives a last lecture at the university that he's teaching at, but at the same time this book is also kind of the wisdom that he wants his children to have and all of that. And I have a dead father, so that one was quite emotional for me. And this is just a couple of genre fiction. These are all mystery, and then this one's historical, that just don't really fit anywhere else, you know? And that is that for my bookcase. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you organize your books. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. I see you. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!